What's going on, everyone? So, the last Texas Chainsaw Massacre film was back in 2022, which had kind of mixed reviews. Some people loved it, some people were kind of indifferent about it. I thought, given the circumstances of that film, so it was supposed to actually be a theatrical release, that became a total disaster, a mess. Netflix ended up taking it over, ended up kind of piecing it together, and then released it. And I thought it was good given the context of the film. But I understand why a lot of people weren't fans of it. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was terrible. Like, it was one of those things, like, I wasn't upset that I watched it, but like, it's not something that I'm like, oh, I need to see again, personally, right? I'm sure people loved it, all that stuff, but it was supposed to spark and be the beginning of them making several, or at least another sequel to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And now we're in 2025 and no word on anything in regards to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre until recently. But here's the thing. It is just a rumor at this time. We don't have any like concrete confirmation, at least at the time of recording this video. Obviously, things can change rather quickly. But supposedly, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Legacy, or Texas Chainsaw Legacy, is what it is being, updated as, is the next installment in the franchise and will premiere next year in 2026. So, if this is true, we should be getting a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 2026. Now, here's the thing. Don't get your hopes up because it's just a rumor. Two, I guess depending on when they start filming it, right? Then maybe you could get it in 2026. But like, unless they've already started putting the pedal to the metal, because unless they already have a script and like are going through casting and stuff like that, I don't know if they'll be able to release it in 2026. It's possible, obviously, if they start filming in late 2025, right, you could get it to mid to late 2026. But usually, unless if the script is already written, then that saves you, several months just in that regard. And then from there, you kind of work everything out. But I would imagine if we were a year away or a year and a half away from, let's say it was in late 2026, we'd get some type of concrete information. I just want to be clear about that. But to kind of pivot to the, hey, what if this is happening route? Awesome, right? Like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is one of those beloved classics, right? They've had some really great films in that franchise. Like, I even thought the remake with, Jessica Biel, I thought that one was great. I thought that, like, that's actually arguably the best one in my opinion. One of the best. The original, you can't really take away from the original, but I really like that one. The, what was the one with, Go Get 'Em Cuz, right? Like, it had, like, Trey Songz and, like, that one, people have kind of came around to, right? But that one was just, I felt was very, like, yeah, it was kind of campy, but I just thought it was a little cringy, right? It's just, like, I don't know. There were some parts, but, like, you had, like, even, like, the beginning and all that's, like, there's several in this franchise that are kind of hit or miss. And there are times where it feels like this franchise is just getting films just to, like, keep the trend going, so to speak, right? I really hope that we get a better quality film. I really want somebody to, because I do think that there is the potential there. I do think that there is, again, it's a recognizable, beloved franchise that I want to see somebody take serious, right? Like I said, I think the Jessica Biel one, the one that came out, what was that, 2005 or something like that? It might have been even sooner than that, or somewhere in that time, right? I think that one, I thought somebody took their time. The casting was great. It was a remake, but I thought it was one of the better remakes. I thought they did a really good job of just putting together that film, right? But then you had like sequels and prequels and all these other things that they try to do. And some of them were good. Some of them were entertaining. Some of them were just like all over the place, or like didn't really follow the original story and stuff like that. Like, I loved Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I actually loved the sequel that they had where they're fighting on the highway and stuff like that. Like, there was some good moments. There were some good, it's a classic. I love it. So I am all for them bringing these films back, bringing these iconic versions back. Obviously, they tried to do the requel, the legacy sequel, and he brought Sally back, and I just felt like they did such a bad job of just delivering her character and giving her character justice. It was like they built her up throughout the film. Not great, but they, kind of made it feel like she was going to come and save the day, right? Like to get the good old revenge. And, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen that movie, I mean, again, it's been 3 years. Right? It was like they just killed her off immediately. It was like, what are we doing here, right? So also that the remake came out in 2003. I was close. I was almost there. I said 2005, right? I think so. Rewind the tape. 2005, no, but 2003. I think that one was really good. And then, like I said, you have like 3D and all these other ones. Obviously, look, there is a sense of just fun with those films, right? But I'd like a dark, gritty, just kind of brutal Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I'd like something where we get kind of, a modern take, a modern version, right? Get some just like great effects, whether they're practical or, digital, whatever. However you want to go about it. I really want to see a just better, higher end, higher quality Texas Chainsaw Massacre film. You're seeing like a lot of these horror franchises be turned into these series and stuff. I wouldn't even hate if they did that with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, if they wanted to make that a series and kind of have like the beginning, like kind of do the prequel and then build up to it if you wanted to go that route. But I hope that they do this right. Because, like I said, there's a bunch of what another one that comes about. Like, what was the one with who was it? Was it Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey? What was that one? That one was like Legacy or something like that, or like that one was terrible, right? Like that was a bad one. Like, there's more bad than good, and like you look at Friday the 13th, for example. Just some bad Friday the 13th movies, but they're a guilty pleasure. They're great. And like, you knew they were designed to be bad, right? Like most of them were just like low budget, like, like you knew what you were getting into, right? Where most of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre films were like serious projects and they had actors and things like that. And like, they were trying to build these as like real things. And, they had theatrical releases and all that stuff and they just were bad. So I'm all for if they do this, Texas Chainsaw Legacy, fine. Do it right. Give us justice, please. Like, don't botch this for us. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? If you feel what your thoughts, do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle. How you feel? Whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it either way. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. We enjoy these types of videos and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.